Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Ezeli is out there with Green. And it's Livingston in at the 1 spot. And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back. Late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws. A testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
Freak with it. 8 points his last outing. Offensive rebound. Mahimi. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. Number 5, the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the athletes to run the breaks all game long. So that's their edge. They're always looking to take advantage.
Turner's checked in for the Pacers. And he's good on the second.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, GA, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year. You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love, but I really think that the rise of Draymond Green as their stretch 4-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
And it's Freak missing.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
That's good. And Draymond Green won't give you the superstar numbers of a Kevin Love, but he's got a deceptive impact, Clark, at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I call him a value utility guy because he does a little bit of everything that brings value to your quest to win. His shooting has steadily gotten better, and while he's not an all-star yet, some of his total contributions on the floor, impressive.
And he gets the bucket. Turner's got his first bucket of the night.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. 7 points for Klay Thompson.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
And now, let's hear it for your Pace.
And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player.
It was definitely a hard decision. I had to sit down with my family and weigh the options and really take the time to figure out what's best for me.
Now with more and more freshmen, Clark, making the jump to the pros, we can expect to hear more stories like that, for sure.
Well, without question, Kevin, that's the case and the landscape that we find ourselves in. But, you know, there's something to be said for developing all 4 years in college when that's the best route for an individual player. Nowadays, I think, unfairly so, there's a ton of pressure on young guys sometimes to leave prematurely. We'll see if Freak's decision pays off for him long term.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
Forrest in at shooting guard. C.J. Miles is out there with Lavoy Allen. Then there's Hill, and it's Hill in at the point guard position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
And it's Freak missing.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Back to Curry. The tray. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin. He hit a 3. In the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Curry and Allen with the block. Here's Freak. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Lets the 3 fly. Good. Freak's got 6.
Well, the term dream season can be applied to Steve Kerr's first year. Comes in and sets a franchise record in wins and also wins a title for the Warriors in his first year. Still unreal.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, looking at Andrew Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously injuries have saddled him a little bit over the years, but he's made it through 67 games.
Both teams making some changes here. And we're through the first half of it.
Yes, Kevin, thank you.
And we welcome you back to start the... For Monte Ellis. Here's Curry. He's got 10. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. And it's Curry in at the point. Here's George. Here's Hill. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
Free throw drops for Hill. And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season, came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists, partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role. Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebound.
You know what? That rebound has always been a critical element of the game, and that's why they are now understanding how to win.
Curry passes to Green. And again, no good by Golden State. Nice shot by Bogut.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Now here's Freak. He's covered by Iguodala. And the basket good. That's now 8 points for Freak. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Outside Curry. Inside, out to Thompson for the 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. Freak's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Outside Hill. Now here's Freak. He's guarded close. Just 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. And he gets it to go. It's an 11-point Pacer lead.
And how does he get that one to go? No idea.
I don't have an idea either. A little heat check there, but yep, he's still cooking, and Greg, he's cooking with gas. Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
The Pacers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. There's a screen. And George kicks to Freak, and Hill has it in the corner. The pass to Freak. There's the 3. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. 14 points for Freak.
He's gotten a bunch of good looks and has been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, defensively, you have got to close out and contest. Even if it opens up some driving lanes, you can't give up those looks that often. And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever. Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Indiana.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
Don't overlook the success they've had at the free throw line tonight either.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Mahinmi. C.J. Miles comes in for Hill. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Hill. It's Thompson off the drive. Azili kicks to Livingston. Some nice passing by Golden State.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Pacers leading by 11. And here's Freak. 14 points for him. From past the arc, and the shot is good. Freak's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Barnes kicks to Rush. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Rush has got his first 3 points of the game. Outside, George feeds to Freak. That ball's nice feed that time from George. Freak's got the lead up to 14 now for the Pacers. Golden State's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. And here's Barnes for 3. It's rebounded by Stuckey.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Thompson, and that basket it's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He almost got to that shot.
Laney's checked in for the Pacers. Freak comes in for Monte Ellis. Golden State also making some changes. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Barnes. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Klay Thompson. Forrest in at point guard. Mahinmi is out there with Turner. Then there's Rodney Stuckey, and it's Miles in at the small forward. That's the Pacers 5.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Pacers.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
They sure did, Kevin. Every time they left the man open deep, he'd get a good look at the basket. And they didn't hesitate, and the aggressiveness paid off.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Paul George. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Here is Livingston. Azili kicks to Iguodala. Livingston dishes to Green. And the Warriors miss again. So no problem for Indiana as they get the...
Guys, Paul George standing by with me here. And Paul, first, congratulations on the win. What's the attitude you have as a team right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying.
The 2K Sports post-game show.